Brain is telling you, hey, we're okay, but your chest is tight, your thoughts are racing, maybe your palms are sweaty or your jaw's completely locked up. There is literally no actual danger around, but your body is sounding this blaring alarm that you simply cannot logic your way out of. Well, here is a massive shift in perspective. Your body is reacting this way because it is actively trying to protect you. That's it. You aren't broken and you aren't being irrational. Your body is doing exactly what it was designed to do when it senses a threat. Because of that, it doesn't need to be shamed for doing its job. Your body needs safety, not shame.
So, let's look at part 1, your internal safety system.
You see, long before your conscious, thinking mind catches up to what's happening, your autonomic nervous system is already hard at work. It's like this brilliant, invisible scanner, constantly picking up on your environment, maybe a sudden shift in someone's tone of voice, unspoken pressures, or even just pure exhaustion. Now, a lot of us mistakenly think that being regulated means being perfectly zen 24/7, but it doesn't. Regulation actually just means flexibility. It's your body's ability to move through stress, activation, and overwhelm, and then gradually return to a steadier state. You ride to the challenge, and then you settle back down. We can see exactly how this flexibility plays out by looking at the two major branches of your nervous system. On one hand, you've got the sympathetic side. That's what activates you for action, alertness, and protection. On the other hand, you have the parasympathetic side, which supports rest, digestion, and recovery. And it's so important to realize that the sympathetic side, the activation part, is not the villain here. We need that energy. We need it to solve problems, meet deadlines, and speak up for ourselves. The trouble doesn't happen just because your body activates. The issue is when the body gets stuck in that high gear and simply can't figure out how to come back down to baseline. Which brings us to part 2, what dysregulation actually looks like. When your system really struggles to make that journey back to steadiness, you enter a state of dysregulation. And let's be absolutely clear, being dysregulated is not a character flaw at all. It doesn't mean you're weak, it just means your system is having a hard time settling. And it looks different for everyone. For some people, it feels like way too much energy, wired, restless, anxiety, panic, racing thoughts. But for others, it feels like not enough energy, a heavy, frozen shutdown, emotional numbness, or deep brain fog. And honestly, if you find yourself swinging between both extremes, like wired all day and totally exhausted at night, that is entirely normal too. Now, this brings us to a foundational rule of nervous system regulation. Calm cannot be forced. If your nervous system feels threatened, you can't just bully it into feeling calm. You can't shame it into feeling safe. Your body simply doesn't respond to logic or a harsh inner critic when it's locked in survival mode. Think of it kind of like a smoke alarm going off in your kitchen. You can stand right under that blaring alarm and shout, "Hey, there is no fire," but it's not going to stop just because you gave it a logical lecture, right? It won't stop until the smoke actually clears and it receives the right physical signals that the danger is past. Remember, your nervous system is trying to protect you. It just needs real, tangible evidence of safety. So, how do we give it that evidence? Let's move to part 3. Notice, name, support, return. This is such a beautiful, beginner-friendly framework. It gives your body exactly what it's desperately looking for in 4 simple steps. Step 1, notice. Notice the signal without judgment. Maybe it's a tight chest or shallow breathing. Step 2, name. Gently name the state. Say something simple like, "I'm feeling overwhelmed right now." Step 3, support. Offer the body a small, tangible signal of safety. And step 4, return. Allow your body to slowly and gradually come back to steadiness without demanding instant perfection. Notice, name, support, return. Which leads us perfectly into part 4, gentle signals of safety. So, what do those small signals in step 3 actually look like? Since we know we can't just command our body to relax with words, we use gentle, tactile tools to build trust over time. The first one is incredibly simple. Feel your feet. When your thoughts are racing into the future or spiraling into the past, simply noticing the physical sensation of your heels, your toes, and the solid floor right underneath you helps pull your nervous system's attention back to the grounding reality of right now. Another incredibly powerful tool is orienting, just reminding yourself, this is now. Slowly look around the room you're in and silently name a few neutral or pleasant objects. A blue chair, a green plant. This literally helps your nervous system visually recognize that your current environment is in fact safe. You can also offer your body physical warmth through a self-hold, just placing a gentle hand over your chest or your belly. You might try lengthening your exhales so they're just a little bit longer than your inhales, or consciously softening a clenched jaw. Sometimes even just a soft hum on your exhale to create a calming vibration inside, or simply choosing to rest without any guilt is exactly the support your system is asking for. And please remember this, because it's absolutely vital. One small signal counts. You don't have to master all of these tools overnight, and you definitely don't have to do them perfectly. Healing your nervous system isn't just another high-pressure project to add to your to-do list. Choosing just one small practice is enough to start teaching your body that safety is a real possibility. Because at the end of the day, regulation is a return, not a performance. The goal here isn't to become a robot who never feels stress again. The goal is simply to build just a tiny bit of space between what happens to you and how you respond to it so you can return to yourself a little more easily. And you can build that space by just pausing to ask yourself this one gentle question. What does my body need right now? By doing that, you fundamentally change your relationship with stress. You move from reacting blindly out of survival mode to responding with compassionate awareness. I want to leave you with this final, powerful thought to reflect on as we wrap up this explainer. Your body is not the enemy. How might your relationship with your own physical self change, and how might your anxiety shift if you truly, deeply believed that your body has just been trying to protect you all along? Think about that for a bit. And remember to be gentle with yourself as you practice the return.